Hello and welcome back everyone. Welcome to souvikbiologytutorial. In this video, I am discussing about the differences between diabetes mellitus and diabetes insipidus in detail. I am making this video in English version. Now, what is diabetes mellitus and what is diabetes insipidus? Reason behind these two diseases are different, okay? And what are the reasons behind it? Diabetes mellitus occur due to deficiency of insulin hormone. I am creating a diagram for better understanding. This is the duodenum. This is the pancreas. Now, if we cross section of it, then we will found this is the structure of exocrine part of pancreas. This is the pancreatic. This is pancreatic acini. And this is the endocrine part, this is the exocrine part, right? Pancreatic acini is the part of exocrine part of pancreas, and this is the endocrine part, which contains different kind of cells. This is one kind of cells, the red one. The black one, another kind of cells. The blue one is another kind of cells. This black one, this is alpha cell. This red one is beta cell. And the blue one is delta cell. And as this is endocrine part, so from these cells releases different hormones. From beta cells, this insulin hormone releases. From alpha cell, glucagon. This is another kind of hormone releases. This glucagon and insulin have vital role in our body for regulating blood glucose level. And from delta cell, somatostatin. This is another kind of hormone. Somatostatin released. Okay. And due to deficiency of insulin hormone, this diabetes mellitus occurs. Now, diabetes insipidus. How this disease occurred? This is occurred due to deficiency of ADH hormone. The full form of ADH is anti-diuretic hormone. The another name of ADH is vesopressin. Okay. If you see the structure, this is the pituitary. This is hypothalamus. Okay. This is hypothalamus. This is the middle lobe. This is the anterior part of pituitary. This is the posterior lobe of pituitary, right? This is the anterior lobe, this is the posterior lobe. Now this ADH is synthesized in hypothalamus. Okay? This ADH is synthesized in hypothalamus and is stored in posterior pituitary and released also from this posterior lobe of pituitary. Now clear? and due to deficiency of antidiuretic hormone or vasopressin, this diabetes insipidus occurs. Okay, I'm again repeating, this ADH is synthesized in hypothalamus and is stored in posterior lobe of pituitary, and this is also secreted from the posterior lobe of pituitary, and due to deficiency of ADH, this diabetes insipidus occurs. Okay, now what are the symptoms of these diseases? First, I am talking about in diabetes mellitus. What are the symptoms? First symptoms is hyperglycemia. Hyperglycemia. Now, what does that mean? Hyperglycemia. Hyperglycemia means blood glucose increased. When increased blood glucose level, this is known as hyperglycemia. This is occurred in case of diabetes mellitus. But in case of diabetes insipidus, no hyperglycemia occurs. Okay? This is the symptoms. Next symptoms is glycosuria. Glycosuria. Now, what is the meaning of glycosuria? Glycosuria means when excess sugar or glucose, when excess glucose level in urine found, then this is known as glycosuria. Glycosuria means excessive glucose in urine. Okay, this is known as glycosuria. This is occurred in case of diabetes mellitus also. But here no glycosuria is found. That means in diabetes insipidus no glycosuria is found. That means no glucose found, no excess glucose found in urine. But in diabetes mellitus, excess glucose found in urine, which is known as glycosuria. Next, in case of diabetes insipidus, what is the main symptoms? Increased amount of diluted urine produced. Okay, in case of diabetes insipidus, this is the main symptom, increased amount of diluted urine produced. Okay, increased amount of diluted urine. Diluted urine, this is the important term. Why diluted? Because this ADH, when released, I am making here a diagram for better understanding. This is the schematic diagram, right? Suppose this is the Bowman capsule. This red one is glomerulus. Next, proximal convoluted tubule. Then this is Henle's loop. This is distal convoluted tubule, and this is collecting duct. So, after Henle's loop, DCT, distal convoluted tubule, and this is collecting duct. Okay. This ADH helps to reabsorb water from DCT and collecting duct. When deficiency occurs of this ADH, then what happens? Water reabsorption cannot occur. Okay, water reabsorption cannot occur due to deficiency of ADH. So the result is diluted urine. Okay. Now clear? In case of diabetes mellitus, also increased amount of urine produced, but concentration remains normal, not diluted. Okay, not diluted. So this is the main difference in respect to symptoms of diabetes mellitus and diabetes insipidus. Here increased amount of diluted urine produced, here increased amount of urine produced, but the concentration remains normal, not diluted urine produced here in case of diabetes mellitus. Okay, so these are the differences. Now in both cases polydipsia occurs. In both cases polydipsia occurs. P, right? This is P. Polydipsia occurs. But the reasons behind this polydipsia, diabetes mellitus and diabetes insipidus, are different. Okay? In both cases polydipsia occurs, but the reasons behind it is different. How? What happens in diabetes insipidus? Diabetes insipidus, diluted urine produced and released. Okay? And released. If more amount of diluted urine is released, that means more water is released. Okay? More water is released. So polydipsia results. Okay? More water is released or more fluid is released in case of diabetes insipidus, so polydipsia occurs. Okay? Now, diabetes mellitus, polydipsia also occurred, but the reasons are different. Why? Because here blood glucose level is high. Blood glucose level is high. So, our body wants more water to flush out or expelled out of the body. Okay? As blood glucose level is increased in the body in case of diabetes mellitus, body wants more water to flush out glucose from the body. Okay? So excessive glucose, for removal of excessive glucose, polydipsia occurs. And here, as more water is released, more water is expelled out of the body. That means here dehydration occurs, right? Here dehydration occurs. So to cope up with the situation, polydipsia occurs. That means in both cases, water intake is necessary. That means thirstiness occurs. Okay? So that's all about the diabetes mellitus and diabetes insipidus difference. Okay? I hope this video is helpful to clear the idea about differences of diabetes mellitus and diabetes insipidus. If you really enjoyed this video, then please like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much.